Well, before we get into everybody's favorite gaming news segment of the Gaming News Podcast, why don't we start with our weeks in gaming? So, Thunder, how was your week in gaming?
Do I go first? I do go first.
Yeah, for this one you go first.
Thank you. You know what? Thank you for asking. Okay. So I played Life is Strange 3. Not much to talk about. It was really, really good. I liked it a lot. I love all the characters. Life is Strange usually releases like episodically over a couple months, but this one they just released the whole thing, which I think is obviously a better idea. There was a DLC pack. It was good. I got the DLC for free, and I want to let everyone know that you do not have to play the DLC because it's $15. And if you're like, but I want to play it, it's totally missable. It's not important at all. There you go. I started playing, and don't ask me why, because I have no good reason. But I started playing Kingdom Hearts.
Oh,
I started playing Kingdom Hearts.
Interesting choice. Hello, Togo. Welcome.
Hello, welcome on in. I'm talking about how I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 1 on Proud mode, the hardest difficulty. And boys, let me tell you, it's hard.
Yeah, my brother decided to like play all the Kingdom Hearts games like on Proud mode. And there were countless nights of him just screaming at the TV like, I was scared that he'd throw the remote at the TV and break it. So
yeah, so
it's not easy. It's not worth it.
I just watched a Let's Play of someone do it, and I was like, I think I could do that. I just got to Agrabah, so that's like exactly fourth of the way through the game, pretty much.
Okay, yeah.
I just beat the first Olympic Coliseum. That was the hardest thing I had to do so far. Chris, remember we just fought it in Chain of Memories. Remember the thing that has limbs detached and it's got a ball for a head, and you have to fight its limbs and its torso separately.
It's the armor, right?
Yeah, it's called guard armor. I
yeah.
think the second time you fight that in Kingdom Hearts 1 is consistently an incredibly difficult fight. It was difficult on standard difficulty, and it was super difficult on proud difficulty. I lied. That was the biggest challenge I had. He's got this move that maybe it's a Final Mix thing, but he definitely didn't have this when I was a kid, where he takes his 2 feet, he turns his torso towards you, and he takes his 2 feet, and he just shoots you with a big gun.
It's a cannon, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And that'll 2-shot you for sure if you're at full health. Yeah, that was a tough fight. Donald and Goofy die super easy in Proud mode.
Oh,
but
I believe it.
In Final Mix mode, which I've never played before, they added the ability to further customize how they work in battle. So for example, I set Donald to use curative magic frequently, but I chose Goofy to use curative items only on emergencies. Unfortunately, Goofy considers Donald's death an emergency, but we're still working that out.
Gotcha.
Also, they added cutscenes. They're not voice acted, but they added cutscenes in between meeting Donald and Goofy and getting on the gummy ship for the first time. They added a scene where they straight up show Riku meeting Maleficent in the final area of the game.
Oh wow.
So that's pretty cool.
I thought you guys played the first Kingdom Hearts game on the PS4. No.
No, we played it on PS2.
PS2?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna play the rest of them on PS4.
All right. Yeah.
Because my goal, not for the channel, but my ultimate goal is to 100% the story so far.
Oh wow.
Which is just every
all the games. Jeez.
Kingdom Hearts 1 seems doable. It's going to take 2 playthroughs because you have to do it on Proud mode, but then you also have to do one where you never pause and never die.
Oh, really?
Which is not as hard as it sounds if you play on the easiest difficulty, and also if you die, you can just shut the game off and go back to your last save.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's some... Square Enix doesn't know how to do trophies or achievements. I'm
so you can shut the game... Does it autosave?
No. You have to actually go to the save point.
It does.
Oh, right, the save points.
Well, it does. So it does.
They don't consider that a pause menu.
No.
Okay.
That's the save menu.
Gotcha.
What am I saying? It does autosave, so if you lose to a boss, you'll just start right back in that room.
Yeah.
But like if you're playing the Olympic Coliseum and you use all your potions and then you lose, you can just go back to the last save spot. Like if you shut the game off at any time, it'll go back to the last save spot.
Gotcha.
But it has like a very archaic autosave system.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, that makes sense to me. You can stop anytime you want, but you'll start off wherever your last
wherever
save point was.
wherever
Gotcha.
Sora last touched a save spot.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I talked about this a little on while we were playing Chain of Memories, but I was playing Final Fantasy IX for a bit. I'm not done, but I played like a lot of it, and I was like, surely I'm at least halfway through the game, and I was not, and I aired my grievances with that game in last Sunday's stream. So if you're insanely curious what I think about Final Fantasy IX, that's where that is. It's got a really weird grind relationship between player and game, and I don't love it, but it's not a hard game, so I'm gonna beat it. I just really wanted to play Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Once again, don't ask me why, because I have no good excuse. Lots of Kingdom Hearts in my life right now, and I feel like I'll never escape. But I did it to myself.
I mean, Kingdom Hearts is a good game, so.
No, Kingdom Hearts is a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still questionable about this one we're currently running through, but we'll see.
I have new intel on Chain of Memories that I
Okay.
will share next time we play. It's a good game. I'll say that. I'll say that.
It's a good game, I promise.
It is a good game, I promise. Yeah, I'm reading it off a script. It's a good game, I promise. I'm not being forced to say this. I'm saying this of my own free will. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories is a good video game.
All right.
Just the mechanics are iffy.
I'm not going to get into it. It's weird. It's not, if you're going to play them all, you should definitely play it, especially if you have the pack that we have.
Right.
But, whew, man, if you play it and you're like, wow, I fucking hate this. He was wrong. Totally understand. Totally justified. A game should not require you to get good at it to make it fun, but sometimes it does.
Fair enough.
Pauline.
Yeah.
How was your week? What did you play this week? These last 2 weeks, or the last 4 months since you've been on this podcast?
Oh yeah, I know. So I finished Persona 5 Strikers.
Oh, nice.
I really liked it. I recommend it for any Persona 5 fan. But I would definitely recommend playing the first, like the original game before.
Oh yeah.
Playing, or either that or Royal, because no, Royal is like the original game but with more content in it.
Yeah.
Persona 5 Strikers is definitely a sequel to that. So, but because if you play Strikers before the first game, then you'll have no idea what's happening.
Right. Is Strikers canon? Couldn't be, right?
I mean, I feel like the game is definitely trying to pass it off as canon.
Right.
But like, I feel like because the gameplay just throws me off because like it's so different from the original that
Right.
it just surprises me. But
Because dancing in the moonlight is definitely not canon.
no, it's
right?
not. No, it's
yeah.
not.
Welcome, Rue. I have nothing to say in this conversation. I've never played Persona 5.
Yeah, no
but
worries.
welcome,
we'll
Rue.
Get to it we'll get to it someday.
That was
Yeah.
my input. That's what I had to say.
No, Persona 5 is a fun game. It's just, well, the first, all the Persona 5 games are fun. They're just long, like really, really long.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well, also, Warriors games are usually pretty long too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
combine those two.
And
I'm
then
sure
you
it's
have- yeah. I ended up playing it on like the easiest mode just because like, in like the first world, I kept dying at a boss that was like
Yeah.
supposed
Oh,
to be
yeah.
like easy, and
I-
I was like, no, like
I played
just
the
play it
first-
on easy.
I played the first like 4 worlds of that game. It's very hard.
Yeah, yeah. I play all my games on easy just because I don't want to be stressed out when I play my video games. I
Right.
just like the story.
No, I mean, plus you have a super like you're busy with your job all the time, so
Yeah.
you don't have time to sit there doing the same boss over and over again
Right.
during your
Exactly.
I want to relax and play video games.
Yeah, I
time.
want to progress the story without having to deal with this stupid
Yeah, totally.
arduous thing.
No, this is why like beginner mode or easy mode or whatever exists.
Yeah.
And why people who are like, no, I gotta play it on hardest difficulty are dumb and probably children.
I've been playing more Animal Crossing. I'm trying to revamp my
Glad
island.
neither of you saw that.
What do you do? What
I
happened?
was just everybody. You were like people who want to play on hard mode are just children.
You want to play? You like the?
I like the challenge. I'll probably. I don't always do it. I like my games how I like my cheeseburgers, just medium.
Okay.
Okay.
Just medium.
Well, wait, medium is
no, but here's the thing. Once I get a hang for medium, then I'll say, okay, now I gotta do.
I see.
Now I
see.
gotta jump for. I think like what you're doing with Kingdom Hearts.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I will say it's definitely because I agree. I too like a challenge. Obviously, I'm playing the proud mode on fucking Kingdom Hearts. But I will agree it's game dependent.
Yeah,
There's
I'll give you that.
There are some games. One that comes to mind specifically is the Halo franchise, where just like fuck off with the hardest difficulty. It's so hard.
No, I like stories, and I just don't want to be stressed out when I play video games. So I'm just like, just put it on easy.
Especially
that's
because
fair.
Persona 5 Strikers is an action game
Yeah.
that is a sequel to a visual novel, essentially.
No,
so
well,
you'd
a JRPG, I guess. But like,
yeah.
like, like the first time I played, video games, I'll try it on like standard mode. Be like, okay, like how hard is this? But then like if I keep dying like consistent, I'm like, yeah, no, just do it on beginner. But especially with Persona 5, because like, it like I'll just like give a little bit of info. In Persona 5, there are like these safe rooms,
Yeah.
and you have to save in those. And if you die in a certain battle, even if it's like a standard like random enemy encounter, you have to go back to the previous save room.
Right.
Even if it's like been like an hour since you've saved it there, so it's just no stress.
Yeah.
What else have I been doing? I've been revamping my island on Animal Crossing. Last time you saw Anthony, like you saw like my whole like fruit tree grove.
Yeah.
Side. I got rid of it entirely.
Oh, okay.
I still have all the fruit trees, but they're just like down to like a minimum space on my island.
Nice.
I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do there.
So wait, did you go below 5 stars? Don't you have to have a certain number of trees in order to stay?
Honestly, I haven't checked it. I haven't spoken to Isabel about that, but because I haven't,
Yeah.
I haven't really thought of it. But like, I kind of just wanted to like start over because there's all that new DLC stuff and all the new update things. So I just wanted to try to like just give my island a fresh makeover. I did put a spa where the amusement park used to be, so I might use that new area where the trees were to make it a little amusement park now that I have all the room. But we'll see. Chris is giving me some ideas.
Nice.
Yeah.
I should do something crazy with my island.
Yeah. And then I started Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Oh, nice.
It is so much harder than Persona 5.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Like even on like the easiest mode, I've like there are times when I've died like to random bosses. I'm like, wow, like this is not.
It's definitely
good.
like, it's like, this is the way I felt when I played Tokyo Mirage Sessions. It's like frustratingly not the same game. Like you think you know what you're getting into, and then it's like, oh, this is like a little different, and I'm just gonna. Like, it's the same, but a little askewed, so I'm going to have to get used to that now.
Right, yeah. Like the story is just, like, very existential. Like, it's like, they involve, like, God and, like, literally, like, Lucifer, like, good and evil, that kind of stuff. And, I think they actually get into, like, some D&D, like, what's it called? What is chaotic good?
The alignment chart?
Yeah, the alignment chart, yeah. But I'm, like, like, on the third area that you can explore. So that's interesting. I do like the way fusions work in this game because like in Persona 5 you get to talk to the enemies and like convince them to join you. But in this game you can actually fuse them instead of like sacrificing them, you can like fuse them into different new powerful enemy, or maybe that is the same as Persona 5. I got him on an angle, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Have you encountered that yet?
Yes, I got him on an angle. I used her a lot, but then like as you go higher in levels, like she slowly became like, the least powerful.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to sacrifice her, fuse her into something new. So like
that's the problem I always run into with Pixie. I love Pixie, but there's no reason to keep her after like Dungeon 2.
That's me with Arsene. Like he's like so.
I refuse to kill Arsene.
Oh
he's my son.
What else? So yeah, my goal in that game is to 100% the compendium, which is probably gonna be super duper hard. But I'm determined. There's some because like I'd have to go back to like even though I'm like level like 30 like 41 or something. There is like level 5 demon that I haven't summoned yet, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to use my compendium to like summon him, and then probably use him in a fusion like right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am having fun with that game. It's just like playing that for like a long period of time because sometimes it gives me like weird dreams.
Oh yeah.
So, I just gotta take it easy. And then I've been looking at, I have been curious about Pokemon Legends Arceus. I've heard good things, bad things about it. So we'll see if I.
Yeah, I haven't dipped in yet. I've heard that the trailers don't do the game justice. It seems like everyone was like, I don't know about this game, and then they all bought it. They were like, oh, never mind, it's really good.
Okay, yeah. So
That's good.
We'll see. And I think after Shin Megami Tensei, I'm gonna start doing Brilliant Pearl for Pokemon, just because I also got it
cool.
as a Christmas gift.
Oh, cool.
So
Let me know how it is. I also haven't played that one yet.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my game. That's my week.
I play Animal Crossing.
Yeah. How's that going?
It's been going well.
Have you finally ventured forth to DLC Island?
Not yet.
Damn.
We're planning on it.
Damn.
Damn.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It's already been decided.
Do you have the? Sorry to cut you off immediately. Do you have the Nintendo? What the fuck is it called?
Oh,
the Nintendo Online expansion
yeah.
pack. Like, do you get Animal Crossing DLC for free, or are you gonna have to pay for it?
Oh, I don't know. We actually haven't even looked into that. Do I have to pay for it?
I mean, if you essentially pay the same price as like getting the DLC, so I would recommend getting the expansion pack because I know that in the direct there was like a new. Oh,
The
you get
Mario
the Mario Kart
stuff
yeah.
is gonna be. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Mario Kart stuff later. You get that for free in the expansion pack too, and you get the
Okay.
N64
Then I'll look
Yeah.
into that instead.
games.
Yeah, I recommend it.
But yeah, I've been just changing some stuff up. I made a outdoor, like I had like a little strip of a theater, but I made a 3-tier concert hall.
Oh.
Yeah. Used all 3 levels and made like a
Oh wow,
like
that's
an amphitheater.
That's really elaborate. That's cool.
Yeah, we made a. I think everybody's doing this, but we made a farm. But what we did was we put all the veggies and stuff in there, but we also put all our money trees. So now they have like
cool.
a set spot on the island.
Nice.
And they're 3 rows deep, 4 in each row, and like it just keeps working out that all the money trees can fit there because I have 3 people on my island,
Right.
including myself. Besides that, though, I think it'd be cool if we did like a check-in, like a year later check-in or
Yeah.
something like that, at least with the 3 of us, because so much has changed.
I think I think we have enough stuff that we could do like a bunch of random stuff stream because I still want to play that Matrix tech demo with you.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's plan that for after Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my week. That's all I've done.
Okay. Yeah, so we got a lot of news to talk about.
Yeah, do you want me to rifle through the stuff that I have?
You have gaming stuff?
I have a shit ton of gaming stuff.
Oh, okay. Is it Nintendo Direct related?
No. None of it.
Okay.
Um,
Then sure, what do you got?
Halo TV series reveals first look at Cortana.
Yeah, they got the same actress who voices her to play her in live action, which they should do with every
That's good.
character.
Yes, they should. You're absolutely right. Sony Interactive, we got the response. We got the Microsoft buys Blizzard and Bethesda response from Sony, and it was nothing. Sony Interactive Entertainment to acquire Bungie for $3.6 billion.
Yeah, so I have that too. So Bungie is obviously not anywhere close to the scope of Activision Blizzard. A couple things worth note. Bungie used to make Halo, and now they don't because they wanted to move on and do something else. And that something else was Destiny. And Destiny's still one of the most expensive to make video games of all time. I thought it was the most expensive, but I guess I was wrong. I looked that up. That honorific still goes to Grand Theft Auto 5. So yeah, that's exciting if Destiny 3 or whatever, because Destiny 1 was bad, no one liked it. Destiny 2 is a really huge following. If Destiny 3 or whatever Bungie does next is going to be PlayStation exclusive, that'll be pretty big, not as big as if literally everything like now Crash Bandicoot is an Xbox character, stuff like that. So it seems like they're not doing what we said they would do. They're not sitting back like, huh, that was neat anyways. But I don't know. I don't think they're done. I don't think they're like, well, we'll buy Bungie. Ha.
Well, we
got you.
That's really what it feels like, though. They're just like,
What does Bungie even make?
Destiny.
Sounds like that's it.
It literally just makes Destiny. They made Destiny, and then they made Halo until Halo Reach, and then they gave Halo to 343 Industries, which is a development team exclusively created to continue to make Halo games. And they've been doing a fine job. Infinite was really good. I like that one a lot. And then Bungie made Destiny, and then they made Destiny 2, and then they made expansion packs for those games. And that's it. That's it.
So, Destiny on the PS4, 5, then. Great.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Ready? This is huge. This is something none of us expected, and it was never going to happen. Grand Theft Auto 6 confirmed by Rockstar Games.
Yeah. I didn't even, bless you, I didn't even bring that because it bored me to sleep.
I didn't realize it was even a thing. I didn't realize we didn't know this.
I mean, yeah, we definitely didn't know it, and it was really starting to look there for a minute like, okay, here's the thing. One of the most lucrative games of all time, of course, is going to have a sequel. But also, like, they were just, like, if you remember, they were, like, kind of in Skyrim hell where they were just, like, re-releasing Grand Theft Auto 5 over and over again. It's like, that's right. Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to be a PS5 launch title. And it's like, that game's from 2013. What are you talking about?
Right. Game's almost 10 years old.
So, yeah, they literally, like, who makes that? Rockstar, right? Rockstar
makes the same guys who made Red Dead.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like they make one game at a time, and they made Red Dead 2, and it was fantastic, and everyone loved it, and that's why there's no Grand Theft Auto 6 yet.
No, I mean, it
up.
makes sense. You know what's funny, though? They have different divisions. I don't understand.
Yeah, they have Rockstar
Ontario or something like that?
Yeah, you're right. So
Aren't
both divisions working on the same game? It's just all Rockstar then. It's just all the same company.
I think the reason developers have different divisions is so that they can work. Like, I'm sure.
But like you just said, it really feels like they're like one project at a time.
Well, they were also doing those really shitty. No one is buying them remakes. They made like a remake pack of Grand Theft Auto, like 3 or whatever, and like its many like spin-offs or whatever.
Right.
So I think that, I don't know. It does a slow start to production on GTA 6. I will say.
You know what else they make? That kick-ass Warriors game.
Yeah.
That didn't need to be as good as it was.
And came out like 25 years after the movie or something like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes that baffles me. Sometimes games will do that. There's an Addams Family game on the NES that came out in 86, I think. But the movie didn't come out until like 92, and the TV show stopped airing in the 60s or whatever, or the 70s. So who was the game for? Also, it was a game specifically about Pugsley. I don't know. It was a game about Fester. That's what it was. It was a game specifically about Fester, and it's like, who is this game for?
Interesting.
Who at Taito was like, we've got to capitalize on this IP.
Well, I feel like they were snagging everything back then. Whatever, they made a Clue video game before it was realistic to make a Clue video game. Last bit I have before we get into the Nintendo Direct stuff. Hogwarts Legacy release date potentially revealed.
Oh, okay. What are we looking at? Probably soon, right?
I'm looking.
Like May 2023.
We'll go with
I
that.
think. No, I mean I don't know.
Well, there's a whole book here, and none of it is
It's the ninth
Is
Harry
it
Potter book. Or the eighth Harry
yeah,
Potter book.
no shit. They hid it in the next Harry Potter
They
book.
hid it in that press release.
Somehow talking about Grand Theft Auto now, so I'm just gonna back out. I'm so sorry I even mentioned it.
Sounds like you're
Can
in
I
the
see?
wrong article.
Yeah, if you want, but I think we're gonna move on to. If you find it, we'll
Yeah.
we'll mention it. But I think we're gonna move on to
So,
the important stuff.
Yeah, so one quick little bit before we get to the Nintendo Direct. Wolf Among Us 2 is happening. Telltale announced it, and then they went bankrupt, and they had to close their studio. And now they back, baby, and they make it a bunch of different games. One of them's Wolf Among Us 2. What's up?
Harry Potter potentially September 6th.
September 6th. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I wonder if that has
Thank you.
significance in the Harry Potter universe. I literally don't care, but I wonder. So they finally showed off Wolf Among Us 2. They showed a short trailer, and then Jeff Keighley had a talk with the devs. Couple things. It takes place 6 months after Wolf Among Us 1. It's still a prequel to the comics. And they gave a release date of 2023, which I thought was a little why do this weird
Why do this now?
press release, press conference, non-press conference thing right now?
Yeah.
It could have waited. The trailer they showed was cool. He was I don't know if you know what that game is. It's fairy tales in the you play as a big bad wolf, and he's
that's cool.
in the trailer he's he's drug busting. So he breaks into someone's apartment, and you don't know who it is at first, and there's a woman just sitting on a couch doing nothing, and then it shows this thing that looks like it's a tree person who's smoking weed, and then all of a sudden Big Bad Wolf gets attacked by a giant dude made out of metal. It's Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
This
wow.
apartment is Wizard of Oz, which
That's
is pretty
cool.
cool. Okay. I need to find real quick, if you will allow me a couple moments. I need to find my master list right here. It's an IGN video. Okay. So, these are in no particular order, and like we usually do, there's some I'm gonna go over everything. There's some that I'm just gonna say, and then there's some that we're gonna talk about.
Sure,
and then there's
sure.
one big one that we're probably gonna yell about for a while.
Oh, there's something I'm ready to yell about.
Yeah. Does it have to do with Mario?
Yeah.
Okay, so they announced a new Getsu Fumaden, which is I thought it was Castlevania. There's Getsu Fumaden music in Smash Brothers in the Castlevania section, so I'm not quite sure how or why. They're releasing all the Kingdom Hearts games for Switch for cloud. Public service announcement: Don't buy
do
them.
it.
Don't buy Kingdom Hearts the cloud versions. Just don't. It's not even 3. It's all the ones except 3.
Just get a PS4 and then get the pack.
Yeah,
Simple
yeah.
as that.
Just don't support cloud gaming. There was a cool little Gundam game that looked like it probably had some fans. The Ezio collection is coming to Switch. Cuphead DLC is coming to Switch. That new Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival game that's already on Game Pass. It's also coming to Switch. There was a lot of remakes, a lot of re-releases, which is really cool. So both Klonoa games are coming to Switch. No Man's Sky is making its way onto Switch. Star Wars The Force Unleashed is coming to Switch, but weirdly not The Force Unleashed 2. Portal 1 and Portal 2 are coming to Switch. Earthbound and its prequel Earthbound Beginnings are going to be on the Nintendo Switch online service. So if you want to play Earthbound, you can already go do that for free.
We could have used that a couple of years back.
Yeah. They're remaking Front Mission and Front Mission 2, which is just crazy. That came out of nowhere. There's a remaster of Chrono Cross, which this is probably the thing that excited me the most because I'm a dumb weeb. Chrono Cross is the sequel, but it has nothing to do with it, to Chrono Trigger. It's like a PS2 RPG, and it's completely inaccessible until now, and it's only going to be $20, and it's technically 2 games because there's a weird spin-off prequel that's a text-based adventure that released for a weird system that no one bought, and that's coming with it too. And all the music is remastered. I'm just so happy for it. They announced a new Wii Sports, essentially. It's called Nintendo Switch Sports. I don't have the list of sports that are in it, but there weren't many. But it looks like they were going to add more as it went on.
Right.
They showed more Splatoon 3. They're going to add Salmon Run again. I think they basically had to. They Advance Wars 1 and 2 are still coming out. They had a release date. Live Alive, which is something I've never heard of, but apparently it's a huge RPG over in Japan. It's never had a American release, and they're remastering it. It looks like it's the Octopath team remastering it. And speaking of the Octopath team, Triangle Strategy is coming out. Finally got a release date for that. It got a new demo.
Does it have a new title?
No.
That's good.
No. It's called Triangle Strategy. It was called Project Triangle Strategy. And then the skies opened up, and God said, "Yeah, just drop the project. You're good with Triangle Strategy." Metroid Dread is getting a free update, which I thought was pretty cool because they're adding one-hit kill mode, which is neat. They're adding a boss rush mode, but they're also adding what they're calling beginner mode, which I thought was pretty cool because this guy right here tried to play that game and couldn't because it was too hard.
Yeah.
So if I ever do pick that game up, I'll probably play it on beginner mode because I like Metroid games. But that one, like, it had a few things where, like, even after I looked it up, which, by the way, I had to walk through a demo, even after I looked it up, I just, like, couldn't get it. It was like a QTE that I, like, wasn't getting and had, like, really tight controls. MLB The Show 22 is coming, which I literally don't care about, except that MLB The Show is produced by PlayStation Studios. So that showing up on Switch is, like, kind of a big deal, potentially for other things in the future. We got a Disney racing game. It's called Disney Speedstorm Racing, and it's apparently going to be free to play. Not sure what that means. I anticipate you can play as one or two characters, and the rest of them you have to pay for. But free to play was an interesting word.
Do we
for
think
that.
Sora is going to be in that?
I literally, in the reaction video, said if Sora's not in this, I'm going to riot. Do you want to know who is in it, who I thought was such a weird pull? Mulan made it into
Waluigi. Isn't that so weird?
I know. Captain Kirk. Okay.
No, Mulan, though? That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like, yes, Mickey Mouse. Okay, there's Sully, Captain Jack. I was like, Mulan. That's so weird. I mean, I like Mulan. I'm glad she's in the game, but I was just like, what a weird pull. We got an update on Kirby, which is coming out soon. Did you hear about this? It's called Mouthful Mode.
No.
Okay, so essentially what this is it's a Mario Odyssey style power-up where Kirby turns into a different thing, but the way he does it is he just doesn't swallow. So he puts his mouth over a car, and now he is a car. Or, like, he'll, like, wrap himself around a vending machine and, like, shoot soda at people.
Oh, that's funny.
It looked cool. I don't know why it had to be called Mouthful Mode. And you can't explain it without using the word swallow. Kirby's a weird entity. And his new game looks really, really good. Mouthful Mode is something I had to talk about on my podcast.
I hear that.
They announced the new Xenoblade Chronicles called Xenoblade Chronicles 3. That's how they ended it, so I'm assuming it's a big deal. Literally, I don't think anyone on this podcast has played Xenoblade before.
I've been, like, interested in it, but, like, I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. So the three big ones. One, there's a new Fire Emblem Warriors. It's based on 3 houses, so it seems like there's not going to be legacy characters in it, which is totally fine as far as I'm concerned. I know people didn't like Fire Emblem Warriors. I've gone on record saying that Fire Emblem Warriors is my favorite Warriors game I've ever played. I really liked what they did with it. We have a new Mario Strikers.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Out of nowhere. New Mario Strikers is called Mario Strikers Battle League. No word on who's developing it yet. Because Next Level Games, people who did Luigi's Mansion 3, they did the old ones. I would really much like them to do the new ones. No Princess Daisy, which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming just like the golf and the tennis game that just came out that they'll add new characters after the fact. Because you can play with 8 people locally, but there's like 11 characters. It was just a weird like number of playable characters. But that looks so good. Really excited for that. Really didn't expect that.
Yeah.
And I also didn't expect this, which is the last thing to talk about. Let me just make sure that I went over everything real quick. Yeah, okay. So, rather than... I'm actually just going to close this because I know everything else, and I'm going to go back to Twitch. So rather than making a new Mario Kart and
Yes.
calling it 9 or 10 or whatever the fuck.
Or the Switch one, the one for the Switch, Mario Kart, the one that
Right,
was
because-
made for the Switch.
Because no matter what I'm about to say and no matter what people say about this new Mario Kart content, this game is from 2014.
Yeah.
It came out on the Wii U,
Yes.
and I understand that it was new life was breathed into it in the form of better graphics and more characters and more stages on the Nintendo Switch. But it is a 6, 7, what is the math on that? 8-year-old game? It's an 8-year-old game.
Yeah.
And here's what's up, right? So here's the actual news of it. They're releasing more tracks for Mario Kart 8. They're not releasing new tracks. They're releasing old tracks that they're going to remaster, which is a good idea, I will say, because that's all people want. I have a few things to say about that, but we'll get to that in a sec. They're releasing 48 new tracks
That's crazy.
Yeah.
over the next, they said through 2023.
It's almost like they've
Jeez.
spent the last 8 years making more of this one game instead of making a new one.
Well, no, because if they spent the last 8 years making more, they'd just release 48 tracks today. But it sounds like they're going to release them over the next 2 years.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, you pay $25 now or
Oh,
buy
right.
the
Yeah,
expansion
it's
pack.
it's like the Fighter Pass.
Right,
for
right.
the Smash Bros.
And then they're
Can I
gonna
say something?
hold on one sec. In March, they're gonna release 8 tracks, so 2 new Grand Prix, and then they're just gonna release 8 at a time until the end of 2023, which is crazy. And I will say, before you say what you're gonna say, I will say this is something that I said they should have done, but like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like if they like 6 months after releasing it on Switch did this, I'd be like, oh my god, that's incredible.
This news sucks, and I'm not happy about it, and I'll probably get it begrudgingly, but that's because I'm 8 years into essentially no new Mario Kart content, and I love Mario Kart. And just make a new one.
Well, see, here's
Just
the
put
thing.
all that energy into making your next Mario Kart. You can do it.
See, here's the thing. I'm very conflicted because on one hand, I would love a new Mario Kart. On the other hand, I do love Mario Kart 8. It's a good game.
Oh, it's
It
great.
is a game I will say that I've 100%ed, and that's going to change when the DLC comes out.
Right.
So that might be fun. People have noticed that the new tracks sort of seem like a graphical downgrade. First of all, I don't care. Second of all, I didn't really notice. Third of all, though, they're remastering old tracks, right? Some of the tracks are from the phone game.
Yep.
No, that's cool. It's all cool. I would have honestly, I would have much rather this content go into a new Mario Kart.
Oh yeah,
game.
of course.
Yeah.
No, me too. Yeah, all this to say they fucked up. They should have either done this 2, 3, maybe even 4 years ago,
Yeah.
or they should have not done it at all, and this should have been the announcement for Mario Kart 9. It really makes me feel like, it makes me feel like they, one, knew what they had with 8 and realized it too late, and 2, don't have any clue what they're going to do with 9, or think that the phone game is, like, going to, like, hold us over, you know?
It really sounds like they just sentenced me to another 10 years without a new console Mario Kart game.
I mean, at least another 4 at this point, right?
Well,
You think?
I don't know the timeline anymore. I don't know what's appropriate to ask for a new Mario Kart game because at this point, 8 years.
Right.
But now 8 years just turned to 10 years.
Right, exactly. Because
They're not going to release a new one while this content's coming out.
Right, of course. Unless so here's the thing, right? They've done the video game developers have done this before. I could see them doing like here's 9, you know, it's going to be $70 or whatever, but if you don't want that, we do have stuff for the old one too.
Yeah, I
But-
could see that.
But if they were going to do that, they would have announced 9 2
Right.
days ago, you know?
Right.
And so I don't think they're doing that. Also, there's no reason to do that because usually that's like between Assassin's Creed did that when the PS4 was coming out because they were like, if you don't have a PS4, here's a PS3, Xbox 360 one that's not going to be on new consoles.
Yeah.
But if you do have a PS4, here's Assassin's Creed 5. You know, stuff like that happens sometimes. But I don't think that's happening here. I just think they don't want to make a new Mario Kart. Which, you know, I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I'm going to download these and play them.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to have a lot of fun. But, like, with an asterisk. And that
Right.
asterisk is, why am I still playing 8?
Right. In the only issue, because I get we sound like spoiled brats, they're coming out with 48 new tracks. They're all tracks, in essence, we could have been playing or did play or have played. It feels a little lazy to me. It really feels like they put the time and energy into doing a lazy way out as opposed to just making a new game. Just make a new game.
Yeah.
And give me 5. Give me your top 5 of what you were gonna put into these 48 tracks and put them into the Mario Kart 10. And just make Mario Kart 10.
Right. Do you think
unless they're gearing up for what you and I have been talking about this whole time. That's what you were gonna say?
Yes, yeah. Because that would make sense if the next Mario Kart is like, just kidding, it's Smash Brothers and it's going to control a little different because it's not Mario Kart and we're saying it's not Mario Kart. But for the people who were expecting a new Mario Kart, here's all this bullshit for 8. That could be it too. Once again, I will say if that's the case, it is weird that the other thing wasn't announced alongside the announcement of these 48 new tracks. You'd think they'd run out of power-ups to name them after.
Right? No kidding.
But apparently not. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The end.
The end, I guess. It's just tracks. I don't know. It's so weird. It's super weird. If I can shift the conversation a little bit, do you have like a track that hasn't made it into 8 yet that you just like, now that there's 48 tracks, you're like, well, this one's gotta make it? Because mine's Peach Garden from DS. I love Peach Garden. I feel like that's an unpopular opinion, but like, I really like Peach Garden.
Has Bowser's Castle from N64 made it in? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I know there's definitely 2 Bowser's Castles in 8. One's obviously the one from 8. I don't know what the other one is, though. I don't think it's the one from N64.
I think it's from the DS.
Yeah, I think it's one of the weird ones.
Either DS or Wii.
The one from N64 has a big shrub of Bowser.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, the one from N64 is, like, kind of confusing, right?
Yeah, no, it'd be a really fun revamped track.
Yeah. The Bowser's Castle from Double Dash might be the worst Mario Kart track. I hate it so much.
I'm trying to remember
it.
The
one
Double
lap
Dash
takes like 9
Oh,
minutes.
yeah,
It's so
that
fucking...
Bowser's shooting fireballs at you, or the statue of Bowser.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one
But
sucks.
it goes on forever.
Yeah.
The Bowser's Castle from DS isn't that great either. Yeah. I love Peach Garden. It's like a hedge maze out front of the castle from Mario 64. It's neat. Also, Waluigi Pinball. I feel like that's like definitely gonna happen.
That was fun.
Because that's like Waluigi's that's like half of his claim to fame.
Right.
The other half is that he's weird.
I would say the Wario, what's it called? Wario Circuit from N64. I love a lot of the classic N64 tracks, but I think that one's
in 8. Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of Wario tracks made it into 8 actually.
You know what they're too afraid of? You know what they're too chicken to do?
What?
Just make Peach's Castle track.
I thought you were gonna be like, just make a new Mario Kart.
Well, see, it's kind of one and the same because they'd have to make a new Mario Kart in order to do that.
Yeah, you want like a.
We've been in her castle before. I could tell you the entire layout of her castle, like my own house. I know what it looks like.
And
just
you're thinking
making a
like
Mario Kart.
You're
level.
thinking like a all indoors, like essentially like in.
You could go through paintings. You could do some crazy ass shit.
That would be
cool.
That would be cool for sure. Even if you go through one, even if it's just like part of the
track.
track.
Go to Bomb Battlefield for a minute.
And then the music could change.
Yeah.
They love doing that shit too. Yeah.
Oh, it could be crazy. There's also races in that game. Like you could do some crazy stuff with that.
There's races in that game. You say,
you race the penguin. You race Koopa the Quick.
Oh yeah, the penguin.
Yeah,
with the music.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. That was kind of close to it. That was rhythmically correct.
Yes, I will agree with you there.
But yeah, that's I think that's the news. I think that's what we have for news today for you all from that Nintendo Direct. I'm I'm left uninspired by it.
By Mario Kart or by the whole thing?
I think Mario Kart's overshadowing most
Yeah,
of it for me,
because
there is some cool stuff.
The Direct
that
was
happened.
absolutely incredible. This is the best Direct they've had in years. Just the Nintendo Switch has become a like a cesspool of just like remakes for old games, and I'm like so here for it. There's just like every Nintendo Direct has been like, okay, there's Splatoon, okay, there's a Fire Emblem thing, and then like 3 new like super big announcements. This time it was Mario Kart and soccer and all that stuff, and then it's like backloaded with like a ton of like, remember this classic RPG? Of course you don't. It only released on the Satellaview once, and you can never get it again. It's coming to Switch, and we remastered it. We got the original composer to make new music for it, and it's like, okay. And I'm super here for that. I like it. I like it a lot. I really appreciate it. And this was a good Direct. And I have a lot of good things to say about it. But just make Mario Kart 9 and Finn.
And no Breath of the Wild 2.
No, but that's going to be their E3 push for sure. That's what I was saying on the reaction. I think the booth, Nintendo always like decorates their booth with the big game. It's going to be digital, but if it had a booth, their booth would definitely be Breath of the Wild 2. And I think their 2 big pushes are going to be Splatoon and Fire Emblem Warriors, and then Breath of the Wild is going to be like, show up for that, but we'll have other announcements too. Don't you worry, kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Are we making a video game?
Yeah, let's make a video game. While you're getting that ready to go, I have one crazy theory for E3.
Oh, okay.
Odyssey 2 or the equivalent will be announced.
Really? You think the next big Mario 3D platformers?
They better do something with Mario.
Yeah, because it similar to Mario Kart, it feels like they've just been biding their time. Because if you remember, they just released, they re-released Super Mario 3D World with like new DLC, and the new DLC was really fun. Super Mario 3D World is of course the same exact game, but now it's on Switch. But yeah, there hasn't been. Odyssey came out October 2017. It doesn't seem like it's time for one. It definitely seems like it's time for news about one. So I bet you. Here's my prediction. My prediction is that your prediction is not as crazy as you think. I think that we're gonna see that for sure.
I would have said Mario Kart. Had that seriously, had that news not come out, I would have been like, I bet Mario Kart 9 or 10 is getting announced.
Because there was like rumors for like a full month, and everyone watching this Direct was like, time to hear about Mario Kart 9 or whatever the fuck, and then it wasn't, and it's like, were the rumors wrong? Are they still making Mario Kart 10? Should I forget about that and focus on this? Were the rumors just straight up fake? Because that's obviously also a possibility. But it seems like everyone was talking about it. I don't know. Great time to be a Nintendo fan, though. Absolutely incredible. So much stuff is happening. The Switch is where it is at. So, we're going to do our segment where we make a video game. And I've got to find a better way to do this list, but until then, I'm going to pick with my eyeballs a category from the first one, which is genre, and then I'm going to have Pauline, because she's our guest, pick a number from 1 to 50.
8.
8 is we already did 8.
Oh,
we gotta start striking some numbers off of this list. Just condense the list.
11.
11. Did we do 11? Hold on one sec. Sorry. We've done a lot. I don't think we've done 11 yet. Okay. Ooh, this might actually be really cool. Okay. So, 11. Oh, well, funnily enough, the one I picked was 11 too.
Okay.
Lucky double 11. Okay, so 11 is JRPG, and then 11 is Transformers.
Oh, wow.
robots in disguise.
Distress.
Robots in cognito. So I think that this is another one that sort of writes itself. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we literally just call this one Transformers the RPG or something along those
Yeah.
lines. We could come up with a flashier title if we need to, but I feel like, you know, JRPG, right? So we're talking like
Pokemon.
70 to 100 hour RPG where you play as, I'm assuming the
Like the human who finds like Bumblebee or Optimus Prime or whoever.
That would be neat. That would give it a real Pokemon spin. If like the Transformers
Oh, I
are
see.
your
So when you're in battle, you're controlling the Transformers,
Yeah.
but when
Yeah.
you're walking around the overworld, you're playing as
As the human.
no-name human.
yeah.
I see. That could be cool. Yeah, that would definitely I feel like something that JRPGs have done before is I feel like this could have potential to have like a collecting type thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like you start out with Optimus Prime and Bumblebee, but like you can get like a bunch. You can recruit a bunch more,
Right.
and I feel like that opens the door for like, oh, you recruited Soundwave before Chapter 2. Well, now you can't recruit this character in this chapter. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. I also think that opens it up to so you can recruit bad guys as well.
Like Starscream.
Yeah.
I think Starscream is the best name I've ever heard. I don't know why. Yeah, like I don't know if it's like, but like, could you like random encounter foes on like the
Yeah.
open-
I think that the game takes place on Cybertron.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Interesting.
I think that Optimus Prime goes to Earth and finds a human that he already knows that he's like helped him the last time or whatever,
Yeah.
and he's like, "There's a problem on Cybertron. Come with me." And then, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I think
Well-
that would be the easiest because if it takes place on Earth, what are you fighting? I guess just random.
Like random.
Well, yeah. If you
Decepticons?
run, I mean, there could be a storyline, but think of how horrifying random encounters would be. You're just walking around. There's, make it like a sandbox map where you can just kind of go wherever the hell you want. But there's like in Red Dead, you can do whatever you want. But the game will randomly generate random things to happen here and there. But like it's just a car, and then depending on how good the graphics look, it can just be like it's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
and now you're in battle.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, what I'm struggling with is like, do the Transformers only fight other robots, or can we have them fighting like aliens?
are aliens a thing? In
I don't know. That's what I'm
Oh, yeah.
asking. I don't know.
I know very little about Transformers.
Honestly, like any Transformers thing I've seen, it's only been the
Other
Transformers
robots?
versus
Yeah.
the Autobots versus the Decepticons.
Yeah.
Or like I don't know, like maybe like there are some Autobots that have been corrupted or something like that.
Yeah.
Like new idea. I don't know.
Also, the Transformers games love to do this. So this is not the typical gameplay that you would see in a JRPG, but I think we'd be remiss if we didn't add car racing in our Transformers
Oh,
game.
sure.
Yeah.
I feel like basically what you said, except now it's like, no, don't turn into a robot, bro. Fastest one to the mountain wins.
Yeah.
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 Writes itself.
This one writes itself. JRPG plus most of the most like established IPs would probably write itself. Are we dead set on Transformers the RPG? Or do
I've
we
got a
wanna-
better one.
Oh yeah, what do you got?
Ready?
Yes.
Transformers. You got that?
Yeah.
Robots in disguise.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
No, it could be Transformers the RPG, whatever.
Wait. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Can we make RPG stand for something?
I was just trying to do that.
Transformers.
Transformers, robots.
Robots.
I mean, there's RPM, just
What does that mean?
rotations per minute.
Rotations per minute.
It's a
So
car,
what if it's like
a car thing?
robots per generation? Is that good?
Robots Prime Generation.
Robots Prime Generation.
Just because his name's Optimus Prime, I'm down. It could mean nothing. It could have nothing to
Yeah.
do with anything, but I like it.
No, I think that's good.
It's catchy. I could see that being a thing.
Because I could totally see Transformers Robots Prime Generation. It sounds like a non-canonical, like this world's a little weird, but it's how we did it to make it an RPG. Okay, I'm gonna put
Good job.
JRPG. Yeah, I feel like that name was a group effort, and we got there. I like that. Transformers RPG, and then in parentheses.
In disguise.
Robots Prime Generation. Is that what we agreed on?
Yeah.
Yeah, Generation. Yes, okay. And that does it for that segment. Another successful segment on Thunder and Lightning Gaming, and another successful podcast.
For those of you watching on Twitch, we're going to switch over to our regular podcast where you get some behind-the-scenes stuff about us, you get some pop culture news, and we visit goop.com. So
yes,
stick around for that. For those of you watching on YouTube, that was the Thunder and Lightning Gaming News podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And the Game Zone.
And that was the game. That was Thunder and Lightning's Game Zone, brought to you by Dr. Pepper. Go play video games, but don't play Kingdom Hearts on the cloud.
Don't play cloud games in general.
Don't support cloud gaming. This has been Thunder and Lightning.
Jeez.
I've been Thunder.
I'm Lightning.
And I'm Monsoon.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe.
Our channel has daily uploads from podcast video essays, Let's Plays to skits.
Be sure to watch on Twitch. We stream all our video game and podcast content live at 5 EST every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
Our intro is by Brad Kendrick and music by Froggy and the Friendship. Link to all that in the description below.
Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.